I'm Bill Lampe. I have lived in St. Louis almost my entire life. Married my high school sweetheart Alice, and we have 4 wonderful children, and we live in South County. Then just in last year, in July, we went and saw Dr. Cleveland for my every 2-year checkup and CT scan, and she informed me that it has grown to the point where I needed to do something. I don't have to do it that day, but she wouldn't wait too long.
It really was very scary, but I felt fully confident from the beginning in his care and who was going to be doing his surgery. So I never had any doubt. In order to do this surgery, they stop the heart to do the actual repair, and then when the repair is all finished, the heart has to be restarted and to, of course, get off the heart-lung machine and get going again. And that's where apparently his heart just really went into trouble, because it just didn't want to restart and function like it should have. One of the nurses who actually knew me, she said, if you don't have anybody with you here, it might be good to see if somebody can come be with you. And again, we're at the stage of COVID where we, visitation of extra people with you was extremely limited. So I knew when she said that I knew that it was serious. I really couldn't believe what I was seeing, honestly. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that he was that critical. And all the time I just kept thinking, this wasn't supposed to happen. I know it was the grace of God. We had just a multitude of people praying for us. And I know that that's what sustained me every day.
I was told I started to make some eye-blinking type acknowledgments around the very beginning of October. I went in on the 15th, so maybe October 1st. I don't remember that. Again, I'm groggy, but having woken up from a long sleep, I knew it was my wedding anniversary. She came to the room and she said, I'm so glad to see you. And I said, I just want to let you know I didn't get you anything for our anniversary. The kindness that I received from the staff at Mercy, and I want to make this point that it was not only the doctors were fantastic, the nurses were great, and the medical technicians were great, but the housekeeping people were nice. They would come in and change things in my room and greet me. Everyone treated me like a person instead of a patient. And that made a big difference. I was never a patient that it was mechanically being fixed. I was a person who was recovering, and that made all the difference.
Probably the first big monumental thing that he was able to do was walk our daughter down the aisle. This was our youngest and last to get married. That was something that I know my daughter Ellen thought about the whole time he was critical. Her wedding was a rescheduled COVID wedding, so had she had her normal date, there would have been no issues at all. But because the date was changed, she thought, wait a minute, Dad's supposed to be at my wedding, and now, he's almost gone.
You realize that, number one, there are great people in this world. Thank goodness and I know that the people in healthcare right now have experienced very difficult times with COVID, and it's been trying, and probably labor shortages and all the other things, and they soldiered through and helped save my life, recover my life.
Miracles happen. Absolutely, miracles happen.